This is Tackle Talk Live, an inside scoop on how, when, and where to catch bass, with a primary focus on Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn. Interviews with anglers who are consistent winners on the tournament trail. Your hosts, Camus Boats Pro staffer Steve Graff and Gill Fishing accounts manager Kevin Jean. Two anglers who understand bass fishing with tournament success on all levels. Anglers willing to share their knowledge to help you become a better fisherman. So sit up and pay close attention as they give detailed tournament information and results. Here are the hosts of Tackle Talk Live, Steve Graff and Kevin Jean.
Welcome to Tackle Talk Live. A wet day here in Natchitoches, Louisiana, I'm sure, as well as South Louisiana, where my good friend and co-host, Gill Fishing accounts manager Kevin Jean, is sitting down there. Kevin, you got your waders on?
Not yet, Steve. It hasn't started raining here yet. It's going to get here later this evening, tonight, but I know it's already kind of hitting y'all already.
It has gotten bad. I heard a news report just a while ago that Beaumont area and southeast Texas has received over 10 inches of rain since midnight.
Yeah, I got a buddy in Houston that just sent me some pictures from his house, and the streets are flooded. So yeah, they're catching it bad. We're going to get it here tomorrow. But at Toledo Bend, my understanding, Steve, is they have floodgates open 1 foot on Toledo Bend. I seen that last night. Floodgates are going to get open. I think 5 gates at 1 foot, not all 12. I'm pretty sure I saw 5 gates at 1 foot. So there's going to be some water coming out of Toledo Bend, but they're predicting a lot more rain on Toledo Bend, which has had a lot of rain the past 2 weeks. Yeah,
and some I know Sam Rayburn, they'll close the gates completely. It's designed to hold water back from that Beaumont area. And Toledo Bend
is not designed for that.
Yeah, they're just going to continue to release water. But I've been at Toledo Bend a couple of times in the last week, and it's been a slow rise, but it's been a slow fall. It's kind of been fairly stable, if you don't know the truth.
They've done a good job. They've done a good job generating. They opened the floodgates like half a foot or so when we got all this water last week. So they've done a very good job of staying ahead of it. And as I think they're trying to get ahead of this system that's coming through today and tomorrow. So
yeah, and of course the lake is obviously going to be on the rise again. All of our lakes will be on the rise, and and I've got a big ABA tournament over there at Solo 150 not this coming weekend, but next weekend. I look for the lake to continue to be up. I don't think they won't drop the bottom out of it, but it's going to continue to be high, I think. And but anyway, moving right along. On tap for today, we've got something new, something special. And I'm looking forward to having this guy on, Shad Roberts. He is we think he's the president. Southern Bass Club Association. Shad's going to come on. He's a good friend of mine and Kevin's. We've known Shad for a long time. A great guy, great angler. He's going to give us a report on the Elite 8. This kind of took the place of the top 6 on Toledo Bend. Had a good turnout from what I hear. The fish, they caught some fish, and it was really a good event. But it's called the Elite 8 tournament. And again, it's right there on Toledo Bend. We'll get him to come on, give us a detailed report, not only how they caught them, but the participation and how the club and this whole thing's starting to expand. So
yeah, Steve. So even 10 years ago, man, the top 6, best 6 on Toledo Bend was a huge deal, huge tournament. People from all over the state came to Toledo Bend. I've fished that tournament multiple times. Loved it. Loved the format.
Yeah.
The clubs in the state sent their best 6 guys. It consisted of 3 boats, and just competed against other clubs in the state. Now, this Southern Bass Club Association is an Elite 8 format. So it's each club sends their top 8 guys. So 4 boats per club that are fishing against each other. And man, what I'm hearing is they did an awesome job. Had a good turnout for their very first year. Looking to get some bigger and better things going, but just going to have Shad on, kind of talk about what they're doing, for how clubs and people need to get signed up within the state of Louisiana, because I think it's going to really, really grow from what I'm hearing how it went this past weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what Shad's got to say. We've got that. We've got a couple of tournaments we're going to cover, kind of wrap up for you. One of them is the St. Jude tournament. Kevin, I think you got one you want to wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, there was a big weekend over at Sam Rayburn as far as some big bags weighed in. I know Clint Stacy Wade over there in that little rusty team tournament trail, had 34 pounds. I want to say they weighed that in for media as well. Then a 30-pound stringer caught the Brandon Belt benefit tournament. Excuse me.
Bless you.
30-pound sack. Jaden Parrish, who we just had on, weighed in a 30-pound sack in that tournament for Steve Phillips. Benefit tournament they had for Steve, who just came down with cancer. I know Steve very well. Hate what all was going on with him. Best of sending our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family for sure.
Yeah. All right, we've got that and so much more. Upcoming events coming up in the next this next month as well. Here we're in the month of May, which is hard to believe. It's already the month of May, and we're headed into the summertime. And of course, for me, I get excited because I know the next season is fall, and I love fall. It's my favorite time of year. So got to endure the summertime though, and get through all the heat before we get to the fall. But anyway, looking forward to that. And we've got lake levels again. I'll have you an up-to-date, up-to-the-minute lake level report. I've got the reports on my phone. I'll see exactly where the lakes are at and what they're doing. But when we're going to take a short break, recognize a few of our great sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to have Southern Bass Club Association President Shad Roberts with us when we return with more Tackle Talk Live.
A good marine dealer is hard to find, but a great dealer is even harder. But in Iowa, Louisiana, there's a marine dealer that falls into the great category. Power Implements Marine, South Louisiana's go-to dealer for all things related to the boating industry. A Minn Kota, Garmin, and Mercury dealer, guaranteeing you first-rate service in both sales and repair. A great selection of new and used boats to choose from, including Skeeter, G3, Ranger, Camus, and Go Devil. A knowledgeable staff that will treat you like family and are always willing to go the extra mile to ensure you walk out a happy customer. To see everything they have to offer, go to powerimplements.com or stop by 606 East Miller Street in Iowa, Louisiana. Plus, mention Tackle Talk Live and save $500 off a new or pre-owned boat or $50 off your first service ticket. Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Nothing is worse than being sick on your family or fishing getaway. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in the hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your health care needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6 just south of Toledo Town, or call 318-508-5323. Very few stores are a complete one-stop shop, but Cypress Knee Outdoors is such a place. A store within a store. Cypress Knee is located inside 3J's four-way. Whether you need gas, food, drinks, or bait and tackle, they have it. Cypress Knee Outdoors carries top-name fishing brands like Strike King, Sandtone, Spro, and V&M. Crappie jigs from Bobby Garland. Need hunting gear? They have it. Ammunition from rifle to shotgun shells. Deer scents from Buck Wild and Doe and Heat. Deer stands from Titan and feeders from T-Hanger. Cypress Knee has it all. Located off I-49, exit 127, just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana. So stop by Cypress Knee Outdoors and let John Abram and his staff show you everything they have to offer. Or give them a call at 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
This is Tackle Talk Live. Thank you for tuning us in today. This segment presented by Toledo Health, 3J's Four-Way, home of Cypress Knee Outdoors, Seaguar Fishing Line, and Power Implements Marine, located right there in Iowa, Louisiana. If you mention Tackle Talk Live when you walk in a dealership there, you're going to get two choices. You can get $500 off the purchase of a new or used boat, or you'll get $50 off your first service ticket. So make sure you mention Tackle Talk Live, and it's good for us, good for them, and good for you as a customer right there at Power Implements Marine. And on the Tackle Talk hotline, we've got the man who I have nothing but the utmost respect for. He's done a wonderful job. President of the Southern Bass Club right here in Louisiana. And Shad Roberts, Shad, man, appreciate you coming on with us today, and looking forward to hearing how this thing's all gotten started and kicked off. I know you and a group of guys from this region right here, we all know them. We know them, but tell us a little bit about the thought process and what basically created this whole thing and what made y'all kickstart the Elite Eight.
Okay, well, Steve, the best six had been around for years. As a matter of fact, the best six it was the top six for years, and then Bayou Bass Masters got out and ALBC took over, and it was called the best six. And we did that for several years, and then over the last couple of years, it had dwindled, and finally they said, okay, we've had enough. And, I've been going to that thing a long time with a group of my best friends from Natchitoches forever. And we had decided that we were still just going to meet and go fishing. And then Grant Dowden and I think Grant talked me into it. He decided that, he said, hey, let's try this thing. He said, let's try to bring it back. And so we started a complete new association because the ALBC has since closed their doors. So we started out on our own. We have our own new association called the Southern Bass Club Association, the SBCA. And we picked up a couple of guys from South Louisiana. Dickie Fitzgerald and Bubby Lopez are down around the Centerville, Sherrington area. And then we also picked up Chad Bowen from up in the Shreveport area to give us a little diversity across the state, so to speak. So that's our board. And so we got the board together and we started making these plans, and that's kind of how it all got started. And we've done a few things different. We wanted to incorporate a little more participation, so we did away with the 6-man team and we went with an 8-man team. So basically each club that joins can send their 8 best guys, or they can even send two teams if they want, as long as they pay the entry fee. And that's how we kind of got started. This year we had 17 clubs sign up. Each club has to have 12 paying members. State dues for the association's $40 a member. And then our entry fee for our tournament was $4.
That's 68 boats right there, Shad. That's a good turnout for your first year.
Right. And we knew we would hit some bumps, but we think it went really well. We had a really nice jambalaya supper on Thursday night, and we gave away, man, our sponsors really came up big for us. Randy DeSpino was our premier sponsor, and of course, you all guys know he's a fisherman from the word go.
Yeah.
And Gill Fishing stepped up and sent us a bunch of stuff. Black Label Tackle all did as well. Like I said, DeSpino Tire was our premier guy. Keith's Toledo Tackle over on the Bend, they gave us a good bit of stuff. Basin Chemical, signs and banners from there in Natchitoches designed our logo, and it's freaking wonderful. We got 4M rods, and then K&J Supply helped us, and Southern Air. So we had all those guys, and one of our board members from down south, Dickie Fitzgerald, his State Farm office also was a sponsor, and we were able to give away a lot of really, really nice door prizes. We gave away like 8 SBCA personalized rods that we had made. Keith's Toledo Tackle sent rods, and we had a great selection of giveaways and a great meal on Thursday to kick everything off. So that's kind of how we got started.
And for those of you that don't know, that is work. Somebody has to do the legwork to make all that happen. Shad, I don't know if it was you or Grant, or I'm sure it was a combination of everybody, but I'm telling you, guys have hit a home run, and I just want to say congratulations. Job well done, my friend. I mean, that's just, I think it's awesome.
Thank you. And it's, everybody kind of had their own little gig going on. Chad Bowen secured, everybody kind of secured some of the sponsors, and then he lined up and provided for the meal, and Dickie from Sherrington down with, he's on our board. He supplied the beverages, and it all just, it really fell together. But yeah, all 5 people had a lot to do with it. Grant, I'll tell you, I think Grant's went above and beyond on all the technical stuff, so that's helped us tremendously.
Shad, is this something that's going to be last weekend of April every year? Is this kind of what you're going to go with as far as date-wise goes?
Well, that was our plan, and the people from Cypress being called and asked us could, because it interferes on occasion with something they have going on.
Gotcha.
And the top 6 or the best 6, that tournament that we're replacing has always been the first weekend in May, and they asked us would we move to the first weekend of May. That would almost guarantee us having Cypress Bend at our disposal. And so next year we will return kind of to the old roots. It'll be the first weekend in May from here on out.
If a bass club wants to get some more information, Shad, or learn, how to sign up or how to get registered for this event, where can they do all that at?
Absolutely. They can go on Facebook and look up our Facebook page, which is SBCA, Southern Bass Club Association. It'll have a big, pretty, the emblem of Louisiana is pretty in blue, and I have a SBCA wrote across it, and you'll know that's us. Or you can go, we have a website that we keep up and going, and it is all one word, is southernbassclubassociation.com. And it will also feature the Blue Louisiana, and that's southernbassclubassociation.com. All one word, all spelled out, and you can find us on the web that way.
And for you guys listening, for all our listeners out there, we shared the results on the Tackle Talk Live Facebook page from the results this past weekend from their Facebook page, so you can just simply go to our Facebook page and find theirs. Chad, just get a little bit into the results, man. So good turnout, some good bags caught. LA Bass Anglers won the event with a 2-day total of 76.82. Now, explain to us, for ones that don't understand, with an 8-team format, how many fish is that? 8-man, 4 teams. How many fish per day is each team weighing in?
Well, each team can weigh 12 fish per day.
12 fish per day.
Out of the 4 boats per team, you only weigh 12 fish. You weigh your 12 biggest.
Correct. So,
and between the 8 boats.
That's what.
Yeah. Well, the 4 boats.
Right. Between the 4 boats. That's right.
Weigh in their largest 12 fish.
12 each a day. That is correct.
So Louisiana Bass Anglers had 38.72 on day 1 and 38.1. So they had 38 pounds both days on 12 fish. So I mean that's a little over 3 pound average per fish. So that's for last weekend, which
right. That is.
Toledo was pretty tough.
Yeah,
they did well.
So Shad, let me ask you this: when the 4 guys come in, the 4 boats come in, I assume y'all all get together and say, okay, I've got a couple 3s and 2 4s. I got a 5. I mean, and you just put your best 12 together.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. You put your best 12 together, and for conservation purposes, we only allow you to put 3 fish per bag to come present to us at the scales. So each team will come down with 4 bags of 3 fish. And that's what we do. And then any fish they have left over have to be returned to the lake as well.
Yeah. And I assume that's immediately, as soon as they got their fish picked out, the rest of them have to be released immediately? Okay, that's good. That's good. Good conservation there. I like that.
We're trying. We're really proud of our payout. Back to the results. The club I fish with there from Natchitoches, we finished second, and then the third place team was Mr. Buster Simpson and his toad hunter guys down from Alexandria. I think was third, and off the top of my head, I think Lake Area team 1 finished fourth.
And then Manny Bass Club was 5th. So for your first year, Shad, and for putting this thing together. And look, people's going to be a little skeptical just because some things, best 6, top 6 didn't end so well. And but man, I think y'all knocked it out of the park for your first year. I think I've heard a lot of good responses. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, asking about it. I think next year you guys could really, really blow this thing up.
Yeah, I'm feeling after our payouts, thanks to our sponsors I mentioned earlier. If you take those 19 teams and it's $400 a team, we took in $7,600 in entry fees, and we paid back between the 4 teams and the 2. Each day, Big Bass was worth $300, and each day they got 300. The biggest bass got $300 plus a really nice plaque. And between first, second, third, and fourth, and the 2 days of Big Bass, we took in $7,600 and we paid back $14,600.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good deal.
Here's a question. Some people will be wondering, Shad. Okay, the Natchitoches Bass Club, y'all finished second. The money y'all accumulated, does that go back to the club, or is that dispersed among all the members that fished the tournament?
This year we had a few people fish with us that normally doesn't fish with us, so we took our money and just divided it evenly.
Okay.
Now, under most circumstances, what we do is we used to always would take, if we want to check, we would put enough back to cover next year's expenses for our normal 6 guys, and then we wouldn't have to pay anything out of pocket.
Yeah,
that is if we were good enough to cut a check. But yeah, each club probably does it differently and sorts it however they want to.
Yeah. Well, good deal.
But yeah, we're looking. I would be after the Thursday night supper and getting up there and announcing what the payouts were. People were in shock, and we're already getting calls from clubs that weren't there for this next coming year.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be willing. I would almost bet you we'll be 50 clubs strong next year.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Wow.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's just, and Shad, you and I both, Kevin, we all know, we all fish tournaments. The better run they are, the more attractive they are for anglers to want to fish them, because the worst thing is when rules are changed or the payout's not what they said it was going to be. It's all negative, and boy, I tell you, that'll ruin a circuit quicker than anything.
Well, let me tell you this, Steve. I don't know of anybody that's got more experience fishing those types of tournaments than Shad Roberts. Shad, how many years consecutively have you fished the ALBC six-man team format, best 6, top 6? How many years have you fished that?
Oh, like I was saying earlier, I think it's I probably went to my first one when I was about 23 or 24. I haven't missed one since, and I guess I'm fixing to tell on myself, but I'm 58, so I'm looking at probably at least 33 or 34 years in a row.
You fished every year.
That's crazy.
Every one of them. Even the one that they had to have on Red River because Toledo Bend was too low.
And Kevin, that's why he's the president.
Yeah,
he deserves to be the president. Nobody else can probably say that. But anyway, good job, Shad.
I'm not real sure how I ended up the president. They just told me I was. So.
You probably wasn't at the meeting where they decided that. That's how that usually goes. When you ain't there, you get nominated.
I can also say this.
Go ahead.
We have a great board. The 2 guys from down south are great people, and Chad Bowen does well for us, and that leaves Grant and I. And I tell you, I think we hit a good combination there. We've met a couple of times in person, and everything just flows together, and we're fortunate. And I think this thing's gonna blow up. I really do.
Yeah. Well,
congratulations,
it's not
many times you go fish a 19-team tournament and they pay back 200% of what was sent in. That's just unheard of.
Yeah.
But the way we set it up is, real quickly, another thing that contributes to that is any of those $40 fees that are not used for expenses are all added back to the prize money at the tournament. The only thing we really retain is our website money, which is a couple of $100 a year, and we save enough in our account for our insurance, so we don't have a lapse in insurance. And it's the rest of it comes all the way back to those guys that come fish. We don't pay anybody. It's all just because we want to do it.
Yeah. Well, again, good job well done, my friend, and looking forward to seeing how this thing grows for next year, man.
All right, we appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, Shad.
All right.
Yeah,
Shad
thank y'all.
Roberts.
Bye.
That's the man right there. A great report from Shad, and as president of the Southern Bass Club Association. Glad he came on with us. And Kevin, again, and of course, consistency is the key to any tournament trail, whether you're Bob Seeley, whether you're Outlaw Outdoors, ABA, got to be consistent. And I think they couldn't have got a better group of guys together to head this thing up.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt, and they're going to do it, and they're going to do it right. And like he says, to have that payback for that type of tournament. And look, Steve, I have fished this tournament multiple times in the previous years, and I really enjoy it. I enjoy the format. It's just one of them fun weekend getaways you can have with your friends and go fishing in a different style fishing tournament. And I really enjoyed it. I'm glad to see them doing what they're doing, because I hate to see something like the ALBC fall to the side. It kind of goes away. So they're bringing it back, and I think it's going to be stronger than ever with this group. So excited to have Shad on, kind of break it down for us, because I've been getting a lot of questions about it. Being friends with Grant and Shad like I have, a lot of people's been reaching out. So I think it was a good idea for us just to have them on. Let's talk about it, and get the word out there for them.
And what a great way to promote. I mean, it's a unifying type tournament. I mean, guys come together, and you got your own team, and you can go out and even have a bad day, and still you're part of a really good group of guys. And it's just a great way to go out and have fun and enjoy fishing again. And so congratulations to those guys, the Elite Eight. Looking forward to seeing how much this thing grows. We got more tournament results. We got upcoming events, and we got lake level reports for both Toledo Bend and Sam Rayburn when we return with more Tackle Talk Live. We'll be right back.
Pride Rods, custom-built fishing rods made to handle any and all techniques. Fishing rods designed for sensitivity and made to last in Montgomery, Texas. Built by Billy Kistler with the finest Gary Loomis North Fork composite blanks available. They offer a complete line of spinning and casting rods for both fresh and saltwater. Pride Rods do more than pass the eye test. They excel in performance as well. Ask your local tackle dealer if they carry Pride Rods and pick one up to try it for yourself. Take pride in your fishing by using Pride Rods. To learn more, go to priderods.com or call 832-418-6040. The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local fishing guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guide for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, give him a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. 2 locations to serve you in both Nacogdoches and Broadus, Texas, or give him a call at 936-205-4467. The next time you're headed for Toledo Bend or Sam Rayburn, stop by Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle. They have an awesome supply of everything you'll need to catch the big ones. Whether your trip calls for bass fishing, white perch tackle, catfish bait, or the ultimate fighting shiners, Keith's Tackle has you covered. Keith and former Elite Series pro Ben Matsubu also have the latest information on what, how, and where you need to be fishing on Sam Rayburn or the Bend. So for all your tackle needs, check out Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle, located just off Highway 21 on the Texas side of Toledo Bend, or call 409-625-0181. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to the final segment today on Tackle Talk Live. This segment is presented by Seagar Fishing Line, Pride Rods, Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle, the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, and Power Implements Marine, located right there in Iowa, Louisiana. Tell them, Kevin, what happens if you say Tackle Talk Live?
$500 off the purchase of any new or used boat right there on the lot, or you get $50 off your service ticket at Power Implements Marine. Guys, this is a chance to really save some money. It helps, like Steve said earlier, it helps them, it helps us, helps you. Everybody wins in this. So go buy Power Implements Marine. Make sure to mention Tackle Talk Live and save you some money.
All right, real quick, I've got the results for the St. Jude Fishing for a Cure on Red River, which I knew absolutely nothing about. Don't know how that even happened. It was out of Grand Ecore here at Natchitoches. People calling me Thursday, Friday, man, are you fishing that? And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But anyway, it turned out to be a really good event. They had, I think, 55 teams show up for that. Some of them were individuals, some of them fished as teams. But I've got the results, the top 5 right here. Had a good payout. First place was $5,000 guaranteed, plus $1,340 for big bass. Cole Garrett and Alan C. He was Cole's partner. They had 17.05 for first place. Second place was Matthew Arman. He fished by himself. He won $2,500 with 13.07. Third place was Chris Worley and Randy Smith. They were third place with 13.03. Fourth place was Mike Page and Keith Stokes with 11.06. And fifth place for $300 was Josh DeVille and Derek Acock with 11.05. Now, the exciting part for me, Kevin, on this is the fact that over a 15-pound bag was weighed in to win it. And I actually heard, which was 17 with Cole Garrett, the weekend before or 2 weeks before out of Red Oak, a 21-pound bag won an event there. So I'm starting to feel like, okay, Red River may be on the rebound again. Maybe it's starting to come back. And, when you have a 21-pound bag and they're 2 weeks apart and 17 then 2 weeks later, that means the fishing's getting pretty good on Red River again.
Yeah, hopefully that it's coming back. We need Red River to come back to what it used to be. It would help everybody locally, I know. But that's good results coming out of Red River especially for late April like it is. So this past weekend also, Steve, they had Brandon Belt Fishing hosted the Big Red Benefit Tournament, as I was talking to a while ago, for Steve Phillips. Take a guaranteed $10,000. Team of Jaden Parrish and Barrett Benefield, they won the event with 30.47 pounds. Shane Campbell Wyatt Frankens was second with 28.40. Third place was 21 pounds. So great event for a good cause. Steve Phillips diagnosed with cancer a couple months ago. Again, thoughts and prayers are out to you, Steve. I know you're going to fight to get through this. No, you will. And raised a lot of money, had a bunch of silent auction items donated and give away. So great event. Again, 30-pound sack, won that event. And then Clint Wade, Stacy Spriggs Wade, they won the RTT tournament on Sam Rayburn with 34 pounds.
Wow.
Get this. Their big fish was an 8.21 kicker. So, 8-pounder big fish with a 34-pound sack, that's what you call the right ones. There's no doubt about that. So, hats off to Clint and Stacy for that one. And then,
I bet Stacy kicked his tail.
I would be willing to bet she caught the big fish. She usually catches the big fish.
Exactly. She's a good angler.
So, and then we went over the Southern Bass Club Association results on Toledo Bend. There was some good fish caught in that event as well. Big bass on day one was a 7-pounder. I can't see big bass on day two. But again, LA Bass Anglers won the event with a 2-day total weight of 76.82. Again, that's 24 fish, 12 fish per day. Natchitoches Bass Club was second with 72.60. Toad Hunters Bass Club was third with 72.18. Lake Areas Bass Club fourth, and Manny Bass Club fifth overall with 17 clubs, 68 boats for their first one.
Yep. And upcoming tournaments this weekend, Texas Team Trail will be at Lake Belton. I think that's southwest part of the state of Texas, if I believe, kind of somewhere between Waco, Austin, somewhere in there. Fishers of Men will be on Rayburn this weekend out of Castles Boykin. They always have a good turnout. They usually have 100 boats or more in that event, and guaranteed 10,000 first place. So that always draws people in there. ABA Solo 150 next weekend, May 10th and 11th on Toledo Bend out of Cypress Bend Park. Bass Champs will be on Lake Ray Roberts May 11th for the final regular season event for the Bass Champs Tournament Trail. Then, Kevin, I think you got the next ones. Bob Seeley coming up?
Oh, bobsleigh, the Big Bash Splash on Toledo Bend, May 17th, 18th, and 19th out of Cypress Bend Park. The ABA Pro League Texas Division, May 18th on Lake Palestine. Then the Brandon Belt Tournament Series, May 18th and 19th, Lake of the Pines. And the Bassmaster High School and Junior Series, May 19th on Sam Rayburn.
Yeah, and so good luck to all those teams, all those tournaments coming up. Everybody is, again, May's a pretty busy month, and especially when you throw in the Bob Seeley in there right in the middle of May, it's going to be a lot of traffic on Toledo Bend. So which is good. It's good. And I've been in Toledo Bend a couple times in the last week and a half, Kevin. There's a lot of people out there. Even during the middle of the week, there's a lot of boats on the lake. So everybody, it's been a little tough the last trip, but the trip before that, it was good. But it's hit and miss right now. With the water level fluctuating up and down, I think it scatters them one day. The next day they tend to gang back up. But it can make fishing tough. Lake levels, real quick. I will go ahead. I will give you Sam Rayburn for sure. Current level is 161.86. It is right now, it's 2.54 feet below pool, 10-day gain of 11.76 inches, 24-hour gain of 2.76 inches. So it's definitely obviously on the rise. Toledo Bend, these numbers, well, I got new numbers here. I refreshed it, I guess. Right now, Toledo Bend is 5.76 inches above pool. It is on the rise, 0.72 inches in 10 days. 0.84 inches, a little less than an inch in 24 hours. But again, Kevin has alluded to it, the gates are open, and they're anticipating, I guess, more rain coming down. So it's going to jump a little bit because the gates probably won't keep up with the amount of rain coming in.
Right.
Some areas of East Texas have gotten 10, 11 inches already since midnight. So I look for some of these lakes to just really jump up. And Rayburn, especially, Kevin, we've seen it.
If Beaumont and them are getting the rain that you said they got early, they're not gonna let Rayburn out. If they're getting the rain, like they're saying, so Rayburn will really jump up.
2 years ago, it was 12 feet above pool. 12 feet. Yeah. I remember that. I fished it there in a couple of events, and it was unreal how high the water was there. Didn't think I'd ever see that again.
Catch them off picnic tables.
Yeah, exactly. And but anyway, Kev, you got anything else? That's all I got.
That does it for me for the week.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning us in. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, however way you listen to podcasts. If you would like to become a member of our sponsorship team, just like Seagar is our newest member. Thank you, Seagar, and for coming on board with us. Please message us on our Facebook page. Kevin Jean will make sure he sends you a complete packet detailing how you can become a member, what the cost is, all the ins and outs, and what you get for your money. So make sure you message us. We'd love to have you on board with us. For Kevin Jean, yours truly, Steve Graff, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with more Tackle Talk Live.